Okay, so did you guys ever think that you'd be celebrating a 10-year thing with any kind
Nope.
of tour?
No,
or...
not at all. Never. But very, very humbled and grateful to be celebrating one.
Yeah, I can definitely see that. And to you specifically, Craig, is it weird to be playing a tour of Bless the Fall?
No, it's not weird at all. It's
Just-
kind of cool. You know, it's awesome. We've both been able to come out here. Me and Robert were kind of talking about it earlier. Out of such a tumultuous situation, to both be celebrating 10 years, I think, is a great accomplishment.
So, I know this has only been going on for a couple of days, this tour, but has there been any strange or weird or funny moments so far that have stuck out to any of you?
Pulling into Columbus today.
Yeah, I get that.
There
I
was
get
like that movie Neighbors. Is
Yeah.
that what it's called?
Neighbors.
You know, like almost
Old
don't think
school.
that's something
Old
real
school,
Neighbors.
old school mixed with Neighbors.
Yeah.
And we're the old school guys.
I'm younger and I don't fit in.
Going streaking.
And to beat all, I went to the school that they're playing against.
Oh, really? Going streaking. Stupid loop.
I haven't drank in a while, dude, but I feel like I'd be Robert the Tank with it.
So,
Makes me want to drink White Claw.
oh god,
Tons of White Claw.
I can see that. Yeah, you would definitely fit in. So, over the years, just crazy stories that you guys may have experienced, whether it's on the road, just driving, or some crazy event or venue. Anything stick
It's
out?
almost like there's too many.
Yeah, I know. Like,
But I always
my
made
brain
fun
is
of-
just like going through so many that I don't. There's not any
It's like-
one specifically.
Can't talk about this one. Can't talk about
There's a
that
lot
one
more
either.
moments that we try to, like, just bury way deep down in there. Everyone talk about crazy. But no, I think at this point, the things that you do try to remember are the cool experiences of, like, getting to see sights and stuff.
That's
like,
awesome.
I know TJ and I specifically like to go hit up, like if we're in Paris or something, you go to like the Louvre or just to go sightseeing. He's always making it a point to go to cathedrals and just enjoy architecture, because those are the things you appreciate as you get older. I mean, we're celebrating the 10-year anniversary of a record. As you get older, you realize, like, holy shit, I got to do that, and it's really pretty cool. And maybe the first time around I didn't appreciate the fact that I was there. It just kind of came with the territory. Now it's like, with so many times where you felt like that would get taken away from you, like you'd have to go and just end music and end the travel life and all that. It's pretty cool to get to go back to some of those places and just enjoy that. And with that, also the shows, you know, especially celebrating a 10-year anniversary of something, and then go to, say, a place like Germany, play to a sold out huge crowd. You're like, how are we doing this? And then it's like, well, these people are all back for this old record and they're reliving a youthful nostalgia, but then they're singing the new songs even louder. So it's just like an appreciation for that. So crazy, weird moments are, yeah, those things happen from time to time, but it's really those the types of moments where you appreciate the things that this job affords, you know.
Yeah, I can definitely see that.
Totally.
What he said, right?
What he said.
So, I Am Human was released last year, and the music video got like a crazy amount, like 7.6 million views. What do you think it is about that record and that song specifically that has gotten so much praise?
You know, I don't know, and that is the secret formula that I think any musician wants to bottle up and drink before they go in and record a song, you know. But I don't know, sometimes songs react, sometimes songs don't. But obviously, just like Robert was saying, we're just grateful to be here after all of us, every single one of us in this band today have been touring since we were 16, 17 years old. So to still be able to be here and make music, to go out on tour and perform those songs live, and to still make new records just last year that are having songs that connect is awesome.
Dude, I honestly, really, just to elaborate what he said about that secret sauce, we don't know, because just before this interview, the other guy asked us, like, hey, One for the Money's sitting at like 50-something million spins on Spotify or whatever. Like, why? Like, I don't know, man. Like, we hated that song where it's like, this is a dumb song, but all right, well, we'll record it, I guess, but this is kind of dumb, but people just enjoy it. For us, it was just a meaningless, just kind of fun little thing, versus the songs where you think about life and you pour your heart into, and you feel like, all right, I'm going to be vulnerable now and talk about the things that are harder to talk about, and you spend more time focusing on those, but then people react to that other thing more. You can't explain why, and I think it's a lot more of songs that how many people are going to like it versus how few people are going to love something. And I don't know, man, it's just a numbers game. You just got to keep trying, keep doing, and just keep making new songs and hope that one of them connects, you know?
He's good at this.
Yeah.
It's a numbers game.
So, in the behind the scenes stuff for Do You Love Me, you guys showed you getting coffee from Starbucks. So, I just have to ask, what's your go-to order?
My go-to order before this tour was just straight up just cold brew. And then now I've been cheating a little bit and getting the cold brew with a salted cold foam, which is pretty delicious. But now I'm being a little pumpkin spice bitch. So I've been doing a iced dirty chai 2 shots with pumpkin cream cold foam. And it's fucking nice.
Just drink regular black coffee.
I'm with you.
To be honest, I have no idea what in the hell Craig just said. I don't really drink coffee.
It went over my head.
When I drink it is black coffee.
Venti soy dirty chai tea latte 2 shots.
Whatever
Pumpkin
those
spice
milkshake
cold foam.
looking things are. It's like,
Frappuccinos?
yeah, it's like the venti flavor. That's like.
Venti size.
I know that
Again,
much.
I don't know.
Venti
I
flavor.
know. I just always know the wife gets me a venti song.
Can I get a large venti flavored frappuccino?
Whatever the hell it is, it's good.
Something. So, just the writing process, as far as I Am Human versus This War Is Ours, like, how would you compare and contrast, like, your mindset or how you went into the writing process between the two?
Well, mindset was definitely different because I left a band and joined a new band, and the band lost a singer and got a new singer, and we were working with John Feldman, who was a lot of our favorite producer at the time, and we were a little standoffish and nervous going into it, so I don't know, we were just kids then. And now it's like we all kind of work on things on our own time, we work on things together, and when it comes time to do an album, we throw all of our ideas kind of in the bucket, and we see what's hitting anybody in a sweet spot, you know? Sometimes 2 guys like it and 2 guys hate it. Sometimes 3 guys like it and 1 guy hates it, and that guy immediately is like, well, fuck. Well, that sucks. I don't have a say in this at this point. And sometimes the entire band likes the song, and the producer's like, I think it sucks, but you guys are the band. So
yeah, I mean, back then it was definitely a little bit more formulaic, though, when I really think about it, where it was like, all right, the band is gonna jam this thing, and then here you go, Craig put vocals on it for almost every song. I mean, which is still the case on some stuff, but now it really has evolved a little bit more where everyone's lending different parts and different things, and so it's not all just like here's the band and here's the vocals and it becomes a thing. It's sometimes it's like, okay, well, that guy's got lyrics for that, and then this vocal you wrote for this song fits over here in this other song, so let's put it there. And I don't know, I think we're a little bit more, well, we're less scared and we're more vocal about our opinions, whereas back then, like I said, we just stayed in our comfort zone. I think now we put ourselves out a lot more, and as a result, we do fight a lot more, because like I said, like he said, it gets a little bit personal sometimes, but I think that's cool. I think it's an evolution of us as artists, and sometimes you do have to fight for it, and hope that it becomes what's in your head when it's finally done. But I don't know, it's definitely evolved since then for sure.
I feel like I Am Human is probably a good example of that. Like, it doesn't sound like, I should say, something that would have been something that you guys would have done all those years ago.
Yeah. That's actually our first song ever that was just a voice memo.
Yeah, that's like a backwards from everything, where it came out completely vocals, lyrics done.
So usually I jam the music, I'll come up with vocals, we either like it or we don't like it, and then I'll jam another song, come up with vocals, it might connect. And that one was just a voice memo, and then the music got built around that. So that was kind of a cool process.
And then when that happened and unleashed everything else, was like, well, maybe we should focus a little bit more on the vocals and the lyrics first. So it opened up a floodgate.
Yeah, that's definitely cool. So, I know you guys probably hear this.
What's that?
They bunch up right there. Stay in my shoe, you fuckers.
So, I know you guys probably hear this a lot, but any new, like, music in the works or anything that you guys can talk about at the moment?
There's always new music in the works. I think we're allowed to talk about it, right?
Yeah, I mean...
Yeah, we're going back in the studio with Feldman, who we haven't officially been back in the studio with since This War Is Ours. We went in the studio with him for a little bit, and we got our most streamed Spotify song the last time we went with him, which was One for the Money. So to officially go back and do an entire record with him is very exciting. At least in my opinion, and personally, I'm very, very excited about it.
Especially considering the fact that he just released Blink-182, and since then he as a producer has evolved as well.
Yeah.
So it's really cool, and I feel like the bottom line is when we're talking about it is it gets very tumultuous for having a band that's a democracy and everyone has an opinion, and it causes a lot of fights, it causes a lot of unity. But when you have someone like John Feldman, who is a very strong figure in the studio himself, it's kind of like, no matter what the fuck happens, that guy's gonna get it together for us. He's gonna make an album. So like, we could be fighting over everything, but we're gonna trust him more than we trust anybody, that this is a great idea and this one isn't. And if there is a good idea but it's not finished, he will force its way to being done in a whole thought out process. So that's why we're excited. As of now, very early stages, voice memos, ideas that we won't share with each other. So because we're scared.
My hopes for this record, and don't get me wrong, I'm proud of everything that we've done as a band, I Am Human especially, but people always seem to go back to This War Is Ours in any interview over the course of all these years. So I want to do what the people that made Halloween did. They said, they came out with a new Halloween movie, they said, this is the true sequel, forget about all the other movies we made with Michael Myers in it, and it was a hit, and everybody loved it, and that's my hopes for this next record. I want people to be like, holy crap, this blows everything we've heard from this band out of the water.
Well, you just made me look forward to it.
Awesome. Yeah, I want this next record to make every record we have done before so insignificant that we can't even play songs from those albums anymore. We have to play the new album because
we would,
that's
just
what's
for
connecting.
us, just to reminisce on old times. But really, we'd have to play the new stuff. That would be amazing,
right?
But then the old school people like me who listened to you guys when 15
We would
and
still
You'd
stuff.
be like hipster, be like, yeah, I knew him from back then.
You guys don't even know. I would love to have to play the new stuff, and then we'd be able to do really cool things that bands do sometimes, like bands as big as Green Day or Foo Fighters and shit, and we could play secret shows in the smaller venue that's just packed to the back of the wall with our core fans that have been with us from the beginning, and we could play our old shit and have those good nights,
Yeah.
I would love to be a group like that someday.
Play under a secret alias.
Yeah,
and
secret alias, and that would be amazing.
Could even start a old school ETF straight up fan club for fans that prefer that stuff, and then we could have secret shows, and you'd sign up to that, and then that's your ticket to the show. Man, that could be cool.
I want to be
That
the
could
first
be.
band to play on the moon.
So,
Gotta get the album out first.
speaking of evolving and such, obviously music is ever evolving, but what's
Yeah,
something...
you're not going to catch them all unless you evolve your Pokemon, you know what I mean?
I guess that's true. But what's something you guys miss from back in the day, like even, you know, Warped Tour days and way back when?
Being 20.
Well, even I miss being 20.
What do I miss about back then? Well, Warped Tour's no more, so I guess you could say miss Warped Tour and what Warped Tour used to be back then. I think it got kind of weird and political there towards the end. But no, just what I miss the most is the unknown. Like we were just so young and like full of hope. we didn't know what to expect, and it's like that's a very special place for people to be in their life. That age where you're not a child anymore, but you're not an adult. You don't know what's ahead. It's just exciting, you know.
Not being jaded is what he's saying.
Yeah, not being jaded.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
So I guess linking into that, what's a piece of advice that you would have given yourself back then? If you knew everything coming up until now, what would you tell yourself
Invest
from then?
that fucking money. Be smart, dude. Buy a house. That's what I would have said for sure. And be a lot more decisive. Don't be scared of making tough decisions. Make them, move on.
Be more involved.
Yeah.
Be more involved and
I would go
Having
fight
like
myself.
management, like on everything.
Yeah. I would go fight myself and just be like, relax.
Relax.
Relax, calm the fuck down, it's gonna be okay. That's what I would tell myself.
That's always good advice.
A lot of things from the business aspect is what I would advise myself for sure.
Yeah.
So, I guess just to finish things out, what do you actually hope people gain from your music? Like, obviously you want them to listen, you want them to enjoy it, but what do you hope they gain?
They gain?
Yeah.
I would hope that people can gain hope and gain some insight into themselves and discover the power within themselves to know that, you know, we're not alone. You know, it's very easy to think you're the only one going through shit and you have the worst story out of anybody at all, but you know, it's not true. We all go through hardships in life and all that stuff. So at the end of the day, I hope we could just be, like the band name says, an escape for people sometimes to just forget about life's hardships and have a good time and just be reminded, like I said I would tell my past self, like, relax, it's gonna be all right.
Is that...
You just ran.
Is that where the name came from for the band? Do you have any idea?
Well, that was
I
the
don't know.
concept back then. It was like, where fate seemingly was failure. It seemed like everything was happening was doomed and destined to fail, so it's like escape that fate.
Okay.
You know? But the irony
It's almost
is
like
that
the
you
way
can't
the band
escape
was formed is almost the way the band has been formed and reformed since it was formed to begin with. Because it was all these people that were trying to be in local bands and trying to make it, and it was all failing, and this member left, that member left, so they all found each other. Let's escape that fate, and Escape the Fate has been trying to escape that fate ever since.
Well, that's one way to look at it. Well, I think that's about all I
Awesome.
have.